How did you discover your passion for the arts?
That's interesting. My mom always said that I used to play a lot. I used to be a kid that would play all the time, 24/7, even by myself. And I think that really is what I'm trying to achieve right now as an actor, is just getting to a state of being a child and having this imagination that can take me anywhere and always being able to play. Um, so I think playing by myself, watching stories, recreating them with my costumes or characters or situations as a child for sure, uh, helped me with my journey as an artist and especially an actor. But if I could take it to like a specific moment, I think it was I did a monologue in English class, and I remember that's when you like go to high school and you kind of decide where you want to go. I remember my teacher afterwards saying like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "I don't know. I was pretty good at presentations. Want to be like a speaker or something. So you should be an actor." I was like, "You can do that. You can act. You can. That's a possibility." Like I used to think like aliens were the only ones that were able to act. So for sure that was like when I'm like it's possible. But in general, since I was very young, I feel like I've always just been playing.
When you look at your career as a whole, who or what's had the biggest influence, either personally or professionally?
Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, I think, is the to me the closest thing that's ever been to a perfect actor, and just such a well-rounded artist in everything. In his taste in music and in directing and in all his other endeavors. I think he's to me is what it means to be a real artist, and I've carried some of his values that I've been able to see through his performances and from what other people have said about him in my own craft. And obviously there's other personal influences, but the biggest one for sure for me undoubtedly is Heath Ledger.
Yeah, in addition to acting, you're also a writer and producer. How has your work behind the scenes made you a stronger actor and vice versa?
That's a great question. Wow, that's a great question, man. It definitely has taken the. I think when you're coming out of it from the vantage point of just being an actor, you're kind of only seeing it from one lens, which can be debilitating depending on. There's obviously some people that do an amazing job with that, but in my opinion, when I started writing, when I started directing, producing, and kind of getting behind the scenes on my own projects with my own collaborators, I have a few friends who I collaborate with. That's when the medium of not only being an actor but an artist and what we were saying, what we were doing started opening up. And I think that it not only influenced me in my art, but as a person. So I started seeing things from more than just one perspective. And that's what being an actor is essentially is empathizing, and empathy comes from different perspectives. And I think being a writer, director, producer, it gives you different perspectives, different levels of empathy from different sides.
Yeah, I love that. You've had a lot of success already in your young career. When you look back, is there a particular moment that stands out to you?
I think so. I think there was one where I went in my mom's room and I was like, I think I was gonna go off to Toronto and really do it. And I told her like, I'm okay with never making a dollar. I'm okay with never being anybody. I want to do this. Like I'm okay with living in your basement for the rest of my life. And I think when I did that, I committed. I said that I let go of what I feel like so many of us and me at times hold on to, which is like material possessions and things we think that are important rather than leading from our heart, leading from our form of expression and what we want to do. So when I was able to let go of that, I think that led me to all those minor successes that you see now, I guess, if you can identify any of them. I think that moment, those type of moments really encompass the whole bigger picture that I've been able to create, luckily enough.
You've got a new series out now. Can you tell us about Nurses, your character, and what drew you to this project?
Yeah. Nurses obviously just got picked up by NBC. It's my first series regular, which was just a huge learning curve, and it's about five nurses coming of age in their first medical post, except for one of them. But they're all relatively new to be a nurse. It's their first job. What attracted me to this role was the character in particular really caught my eye. I've never really got to read for a character that is so human.
Hmm.
You know, like he's not a caricature. He doesn't have like a necessary like thing that they will distinguish him as like some, you know what I mean? Like how some characters are easily identifiable. You can go like, oh, that's who he is. Okay, and that's why we hate him or we love him or whatever. This guy's human, like you and me. It'd be like, you know, like he's an everyman. There's something so attractive to me in that sense because you can't just play sadness or darkness or lightness or stupid or funny. You have to play everything, and that's what has not only attracted me initially, but has continued to attract me. It's that I'm able to now be parallel with this character in my life because he's coming of age in his first job. I'm coming of age in my first job. I get to create a portrait of my manhood on screen. You get to watch me grow with this character. And I believe with the other 5 nurses too, you know?
Yeah, great answer. But the series originally premiered in Canada, where it was incredibly well received, and now it's airing in the States. What has that meant to you, and what do you think is resonating most with audiences?
It means a lot to me because there's so many people that work so hard on it, and it's incredible to create something. And I'm sure you know, like you create something, and then you realize people are watching it. Like you know, I'm sure you were doing things, and you're like you know, like nobody was watching what you were doing. You were just kind of doing it to do it, and that's what's so surprising when anything really works. It's that you don't really expect. We didn't like the success it had. That was like wow here in Canada. Not only be able to now be in the States and globally now received by audiences all over the world, it's just crazy because it's just very rare that you get the opportunity to share your work to so many people. And I'm just very grateful and gracious. I think, you know, the people that worked hard on it really deserve to see their work be seen and hopefully appreciated by some. And, and it means a lot. It means a lot to us, and I hope it means a lot to people. You know, I can't really say, but you know.
Yeah, what can you tease about Wolf's journey throughout season one? How did you prepare to tackle that?
I independently shadowed nurse, and I realized that what I'm interested in this character is not necessarily the job position of being a nurse or what it entails. Is the people behind being a nurse are just like you and me. You know, they're in their end of their shift. They're thinking like, man, like I hope I can like end up meeting up with that person, or oh, I could really use a beer or whatever. You know, like it's human things. Like they go and to a corner and text. Like there's just these human things that like okay now are the moments with the patients that are emotional lovely? Yes, but what I think informs those moments are the moments alone, the moments that we all go like, oh my god, I do that at my job. Like, oh my god, that is so, you know, rather than like the noble heroes, oh, like look at us, we're nurses on TV, we're, you know, saviors. Like, instead, we're really showing the humanity of what these people do in such a, in real life, a valiant job.
Mm.
Like, such incredibly, I think everyone can say they admire nursing and nurses, but to get the human moments out of that on television rather than just like, not, I wouldn't say glorify, but, you know, act like we're these heroes. It's like we're showing the humanity behind such a hard and difficult job that really important people, really special people have to go into. You know, you're taking care of people, and I'm just so interested in just being able to capture the human moments of those people. So the prep really was observing that with the nurses and developing the character with just you know how I align with it with the script, text, directors, and whatnot.
Great answer. With this being your first series regular role, did anything surprise you about the process? What have you learned about yourself as an artist?
Man, it has been such a long journey. It has grown me so fast. I couldn't imagine being like a successful child actor because like right now I'm barely able to walk. Like I'm still trying to figure it out, man. I'm trying to figure this out. Like, you know, I'm trying to answer questions properly. Like, never mind being a series regular. It's just like such a huge responsibility. And, you know, it's one of those things like you be careful what you wish for, because it can be not just in the acting. The acting's a dream, but like the things around it that takes it takes listening and growing and failing and hurting to really get adjusted to it. And I'm luckily I did it under such a supportive and beautiful group of people and with such great material, you know, like when you're playing a character that's a nurse, like you're a character that must have some form of good values that you can align yourself with and learn from, especially in such a specific time in my life, you know. So I've been fortunate in that, but it's been adjusting too. But I think I'm getting the hang of
Mhm.
it.
Love that. And I know you're in the middle of filming season 2 right now. Has the project taken a different weight just given the year that we've had as a society?
I think that it's interesting because we were I think one of the first shows to be shooting in North America. The first show or one of like projects. Like we shot in July. And that's when like everything was really locked down. And not only was there pressure to not screw it up for the rest of this industry, right? For the rest of like people who are shooting now, like we were like the guinea pigs. If we messed up, you know, you never know. So that we felt the responsibility of that in our world. And then you feel the responsibility of the people who are actually out there risking their lives and showing up to work and doing their job. You know, they're first responders that are sacrificing time with their family, um, and really their lives. That pressure mixed with the pressure of like one of us gets COVID, the production shuts down. You can feel it on screen. That's what I will say about season 2. Is that you can feel that weight on screen through the performances, through the writing. It in my opinion, we really take it up a notch in season 2, and I think it's because of the question you asked, like what did it mean for everything to be
Yeah.
occurring shooting, and I think that's why we're able to take it up a notch because we had to.
As you look ahead to the rest of your career, what do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 to 10 years?
Wow. um you know, it's interesting. I feel like I would have had a real clear answer for you 3 months ago, but now I'm at a point where I'm done reaching. I kind of want to rather I want to catch and pass it. I'm just grateful for anything I get to do, any chance I get to express myself, whether it's as you know, like as a writer, director, actor, and pass it. So pass it to other artists, you know, that may not be as fortunate as I am because of my privilege or whatever, or in whatever way, or my luck, or whatever reason I'm in this position. I think regardless, every artist should help every artist. You know, that's bottom line. So I'm in a position right now where I'm grateful. I If I get the opportunity to continue to express myself in such a honestly the thing I love to do the most, for the next 5 to 10 years, that is all I would want. You know, I don't expect anything. This is a gift, and I'm trying to have as much fun with it, and I'm trying to be as generous, and I'm trying to love it. You know, and I think you do that by giving and then staying present, not reaching, catching and passing it. You know.
Love that. That's such a great answer. And then we just like to end all of our interviews with a pop culture speed round. Do you have a guilty pleasure TV show?
Oh, I do. I used to love. I liked Blue Mountain State. I remember when I had exams in high school, like that was like my escapism. That's a little bit of a guilty pleasure. I have. What else? I for sure have. I do. Okay, keep going. I'm gonna say Blue Mountain State for now. I'm gonna stay.
What about a guilty pleasure movie?
Um, I'm such an art house. Okay, how about this? I recently just watched How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And I was having so much fun, and I felt so guilty for watching it. I don't know why, but that felt like I did feel like, oh look, I'm not a serious artist watching independent filmmaking. I'm watching, you know, Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson, like, you know, like in the most weird. So maybe like as of late that one, but I'm sure I have others. Yeah.
What about a favorite book?
Favorite book, Perks Being Wallflower.
So good.
Yeah.
What about a favorite play or musical?
I got a twofer. it's a musical, Peter and the Starcatcher. I got to do that, and that's just like even the writing and like not even just acting in it. Besides that, it was like so fun, breaks the fourth wall, and has a lot of fun with theater. Yeah, or Streetcar.
What about a band or artist that fans would be surprised to learn is on your playlist?
Um, I love John Mayer. Oh, One Direction.
Oh, that's a good one.
Has to be One Direction. I'm a One Direction Bieber fan. You know, I love Harry Styles. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And then final question for you. Who would play you in the story of your life?
Wow, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so hard. Can it be anybody? Like, can I de-age them? I'd love to see Sam Rockwell play me.
So good.
I love Sam Rockwell. Anything he does, I think, turns to gold. Hopefully, he can make me look a little more, you know, just a little better in general. Just make me, cool me up. Yeah.